Hello everybody, hope you guys are doing great. It's been a while since I've done one of these type of videos, but it is a rant. I wanted to talk about negatives, man, and negative can be such a bad word or it can be such a good word, and there's negatives to everything in life, so that's why we have reasons of pessimistic and optimistic, so an optimistic view is a positive view and a pessimistic view is a negative view. And no matter what type of mindset you have, I do believe I carry a pessimistic. I always look at the bad things because, if you're gonna go into something and you know what all the goods are, that's good and all, but that's like looking at a relationship, only looking at the good values of it. You also have to look at the bad, and I think a lot of people want that pessimistic mindset, but I really think, if you can have both, but I don't believe in balance. I've never been a balanced type of guy. I'm trying to find that because I see it does well with a lot of people, but I do believe having a pessimistic mindset can also help too. Again, if you look at a relationship, or if you look at a business meeting, if you look at a sale, if you look at going door to door, if you look at everything, like the good enough term, good is a positive, enough is pretty much a negative. That's an oxymoron. Them two words basically don't coexist. Like they don't deserve to be together. Good enough. I say it all the time. Like, oh, that's good enough. Is it? But in my mind, I know it really isn't. But I'm just saying it. So I think another thing where it comes in is like think before you speak is such a huge thing. So I'm ranting on here, but about the negatives and stuff. But it is really important for this little rant video. I don't know how long this is gonna be, but it's about inviting negatives into your life and stop doing it. This happens a lot, and I see it all the time. Like I'm a part of it too. And there's a guy, if you guys don't know who, his name's Luke Belmar, and he talked about in the Bible that your body is the temple, and he was asked about this on a podcast, and I kind of want to reflect on this, like, oh, you don't have little chips or snacks here and there. He goes, no. They go, why can't you cheat on? He goes, well, you never cheat on your wife, would you? He goes, it'd be nice to have a little side bitch or something, and I really, that hit me. I was like, holy shit, no, you wouldn't cheat on your wife. And then, there's people out there like, oh, well, eating a bag of chips and cheating. No, it's not different. If you have values and you were to say that I'm never a cheater, I don't cheat at this, I don't cheat at games, and if you're purposely doing it, then you're a cheater. I'm one, I just talked about this in my day in the life video, I feel so bad about myself if my pap is to make cookies and I don't eat them. That's where I'm like, man, is that cheating? So I think limitations and boundaries is good to set. I love dealing with on people who are unfortunate, like autistic people, and now I say unfortunate, but I know the motherfuckers are living the life because I've been around them my whole life. They're living the dream, but they don't realize it, and we don't realize it either. But I've come to notice that, if they're to make for a hosting event, like they do bocce, and if they're to make their cookies and stuff, I have to buy it, and people are like, oh, why would you just give them money? But do you know how rude that'd be, just to pre-assume that? To not indulge and have their snacks that they made. That's rude. You know how excited they get when they see that you're picking them up off the little table? I see it in their eyes, and I can read it. That's a mental image, and I can imagine that. But don't stop eating bad food. And it's so important because people are like, oh, I've tried it, like this and that, and I didn't see a difference because you weren't eating the right food. You weren't eating enough, because I don't think people realize when you go from eating a bag of Doritos a day to eating 4 ounces of chicken, there's a big caloric difference there. 4 ounces of chicken is 110 calories. Your bag of Doritos is probably 400. But again, it's not going to be as filling. It's not going to be, your body needs calories to function. I think filling is a big thing. Yeah, filling your body up with food is a big thing because, yeah, you feel full and you don't want to eat anymore. But calorically, there's a lot of calorically dense food out there, like nuts, peanut butter, honey, almonds. A lot of nuts are calorically dense. So yeah, they might be calorically dense, but they're going to fill your stomach up? No. So negatives, man. Negatives come from anywhere. They can come from, being in school, people you're around. Stop hanging around people you don't want to be around, basically. If you know you want to get better at something, stop hanging around them. And stop inviting them into your life if you know they're a negative. People are like, oh, well, two negatives added together make a positive, or this and that, or you divide two negatives and make a positive. Yeah, you know why, in my mind, it makes a positive? It's because when you have two negatives and you divide them in half, I don't know where you got a positive from. That's why I don't like math. There is probably some in-depth reasoning behind that. I just haven't cared to learn about it. I like to learn about stupid shit. I research stupid shit all the time. But I've never cared to look up why do two negatives make a positive, because there's never an answer. It was just some bullshit math equation that was put together in my mind. You know, but if negatives can even come to your family, you know, if you have negative cousins who try to entice you to do things like smoking or drinking or, you know, hanging out, and I'm not saying you can't do these things, but in my mind, like, I think drinking's terrible. I don't plan to ever touch a drink in my life. It might happen. I don't know. But, you know, I think social drinking is a big thing too. You know, people are like, well, you can go out and have fun and drink, but like, I just think if you have to chemically induce yourself to put yourself in a different state of mind or concept to have fun, then you're kind of out of it. And I think you need to find something you really love to do. Because, yeah, I mean, even drugs, like, I mean, I know it's hard because people are chasing the dragon, they're chasing that high, but when it comes down to it, is that really what you enjoy doing? Really, I want you guys to sit here. I want you to sit for a second. I want you guys to think, do I enjoy doing that? Well, I want you to find 5 things that you love right now. I'm gonna let you guys think for 20 seconds. 5 things you love doing. Find them. I'll name 5 with you guys. Think, really. On top of that, I want you to think of 5 negatives. 5 things you hate doing, but you still do them every day. You know, and I think another thing that comes into factor is, like, I hear a lot of people like, oh, I hate my job, but then they're the same people who go to it every day. So do you hate your job, or do you hate going to your job, or do you love doing your job? Which one is it? Or do you just hate both of it? You have to be more specific. Do you think it's a negative? And I think hate, if somebody says I hate doing my job, that's a negative. That's an indefinite negative. You know? So, I mean, like my 5 things I love to do. I love cooking. I love doing what I do. I love doing sales. I love doing my eBay. I love being able to do this with you guys. You know, that's 3. You know, eating, cooking, and the sales things. I love my family. You know, people are like, oh, well, that's a definite. You're obviously going to love your family. But no, love yourself more. That's what I'm about to get into next. 5 is I love myself. You need to love yourself first before you can. And you know, people can be like, oh, I love my girlfriend. Good. Good. And you have a negative partner. I get it. It can be hard to leave, you know, because you don't want people to think that image of you, or you're the one who left, or this or that, and then, like, you know. But if it's that bad, if it's that big of a negative, fuck it. Who cares, right? That's why I stay out of that stuff, right? If you guys check out my Instagram, I have never posted it to you guys or anything, but you probably find it pretty easy. It's just my name. But I have in my bio is it's from Russ. It's from one of his songs. It says, all we have is time, so my time is my investor. I'm single, so I save money and live better. And it's true. I choose to be this way. I don't want to deal with somebody else's problems right now. It would be fun to. Like, I mean, I've gone down that path, but I've never really cared, you know. And negatives, I think I now realize, like, okay. And I think that's another thing is, like when people talk to a girl and, like, the girl doesn't want to talk to them, I don't know why people get upset. I get it, like, you know, she doesn't want to talk to you and all, like, you liked her a lot, or you loved her, or even know her, but, like, she left you. She didn't text you back, you know? So in my mind, I'm like, oh, that person never really even cared about me. And when people don't care about me, I don't care about them. I know it's a bad way to look at it, but, like, I really only care about people if they care for me. If a girl was to start texting me, I really wouldn't care that much, because I don't know if they care. And you know, it's kind of like a cynical thought, because, you know, I'm pretty cynical. I don't trust a lot of people. I think trusting people is dangerous. But I trust people in aspects of, like, you know, I've done this before. I've trusted people with golf clubs, you know, and, like, they owed me money, a lot of money, you know. So that's a way to look at it. And, you know, I love this cat. I forgot to add him in there. He's one of my loves. This is my best friend in my life right now, you know. You know, he's somebody who's there, who wakes up next to me in the morning, and somebody who goes to bed with me. You know, somebody who's with me in his basement 24/7. You know, he's 4 years old. Found him for 4 years, dude. He's been my friend since the day one, you know. Negatives are terrible. And, you know, this is basically me just ranting, but, like, I want this to be a way. I'm like, my other videos, you know, I've only posted 1 rant, but, like, I have so many in files and drafts, and, like, it's just me screaming at the camera and, like, being pissed off because I was pissed off in that moment. And I realized, like, maybe I should just take it calm, you know. And, like, I was reading Deepak Chopra, 7 Spiritual Laws of Nature, and it's actually pretty funny. I said this in my day in life, and it's just like, it said, like, I'd like to manifest everything. Like, I manifest it in my school writing. Like, when I write my name, I put my name, and then I put OTC, that's my business, because it means to own the city. So that's my manifestation thing. Like, I had a teacher ask me one day, and I was like, I can't tell you, but you'll know one day. That's all I said. I can't tell you, but you'll know one day. And like even down in the weight room, the school weight room, like I put up my record because like there was always an open slot for deadlift, and that's my best lift. Like so I would like every day, like it started at like 360, I'd write 360, and then like I got 362.5, 365, then like it's kept going up. Like every time I see that number, I know people were out there to try beating it, and so it just kind of gave me more of a push, you know. And that's what you have to do, is you have to compete against yourself while competing against others. So put yourself in a neutral term of you competing against you and other people. But don't care if somebody beats you. It sucks, and I'm really competitive, and I get really upset when I lose, or like when somebody does something better than me. Like this year for Christmas, I seen a student give a Christmas card to my teacher, and I'm like, man, why didn't I think about that? That really could have won me an edge on the teacher. Is it a manipulative way to look at it? Yeah, but is it a good way to look at it? Absolutely, because it was also me being caring, and I realized like, man, now I kind of look like a dick because I didn't get him one and he did, you know. So it makes that teacher have a better view on him than everybody else, in my mind. That's how I think. Is it a bad way to think? I don't know. Again, I'm pessimistic. So, I mean, like, I think if you look at bads first, I think that's great. I think looking at negative... See, like, you already know what you love, but you don't know what you hate. And I think, like, when people ask me, oh, what's your favorite food? I'd never... Like, if anybody asks me, what's your favorite thing? I've never given my answer because I don't have one thing I love. Like, I don't like bananas, and I'll tell you that. I hate bananas. They're a negative thing. Do I try to incorporate them because I know they're healthy? That's what sucks, because if you know something's healthy but you can't deal with it or you don't like it, then, you know, maybe best for all, you should try to make it into it. You know, but like, I'm not going to make banana cookies. Like, I'm not going to add a negative into something that's good. That's an oxymoron. You know, it's a good and a bad. So, again, this is me coming up with dumb analogies, but probably not even going to post this again. But stop inviting negatives into your life, really. Stop doing it. And I want you guys to realize this as a wake-up call, whether it's friends, whether it's schoolwork, you know, whether it's your coach. There's so many bad coaches out there, and I get it, you love this sport, but, you know, if your coach is yelling at you and this and that, and I look at it like, yeah, you do have, like, 4 years to do high school sports, and that's what sucks. You do have 4 years, and that's all you get. But, you know, again, like, I mean, even if you're not good, like, I'm not good at the sport I do. I honestly, in my opinion, I suck. But, you know, I accept that, and I still do the sport because I kind of love it. And there's days I hate it, but there's days that oxymoron happens. So when an oxymoron happens, it doesn't exist. So it's basically you just saying words. There's like good enough. Your brain thinks. You're speaking before your brain even thinks. That's why when I say, you know, people are like, oh, I hate going to my job, but they're the same people who work the job every day. That's just an oxymoron. So it really doesn't even exist what they said, right? That's what's great about it. You know, I don't want to keep this too long. I also have to head to bed soon because it's 12:02. You know, sometimes I make these rant videos at 2 in the morning. Sometimes I make them at 4 in the morning. But I think I am going to upload this one because I do like it. So go check out Luke Belmar. Go listen to that podcast. It was really good. You can go on TikTok, Instagram, type in Luke Belmar, Your Body is the Temple. And he goes into a great in-depth of it. It's a 13-minute video. If you guys do watch it or you don't, I don't give a shit. But please enjoy. And I'll see you guys again. And go check out the day in the life. Peace out, everybody. Don't invite negatives. I was kind of editing this together, and I kind of realized in this rant video, I forgot to say this because I do say it in the other ones, but, you know, as a process of this, is I use this as my own documentation to, you know, people like to journal their life, but this is my journaling, is recording and stuff, so, you know, I like to bring that together, and, you know, you don't have to take my advice. You could say, again, go look at my other video, the 2 cents, what people's 2 cents really means. It's right here. I still have it written on the board. But, you know, you don't have to take my 2 cents of what I think about negatives. But, you know, I also, again, I do this in a documentation way. So maybe in 5 years I change my way of thought and I come back to this video and I'm like, man, my younger self was right. Maybe I need to go back to that way of thinking. You know, so it's kind of a way of self-documentation and self-awareness too. So, you know, you don't have to take my advice. You can call me a fucking idiot. I won't care. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. I don't. And again, if you go look at the 2 cents, here, we'll pull it up right now. Like what people's 2 cents really means, and that's a big fucking one. That's a big slap in the face, you know. So, here it is right here. You know, if you look at it, what it means to stop caring what people think the 2 cents way. And I love that video. Got 24 views. It didn't really go that crazy, but you know. That's a true video, and that's how I think. I don't care what people think, it's because of 2 cents. And I look at it, and again, I talk about positive and negative in that. So, You know, again, you don't have to take my advice, but again, this is a way of self-documentation that I can post online, and maybe people can use it as their way of thinking. So don't take it in any bad way. And if you really didn't think it was good, please leave a comment. I want to know. Maybe I can improve. That's me taking your 2 cents in. So again, hope you guys did enjoy, and peace out.
Yeah, so many people blowing smoke, it's getting too cloudy. It's kind of funny watching you and you doubt me. I'm going where I'm going, ain't nobody stopping that.